Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Professor Walnut, this is my lab, and today I wanted to sort of slow our pace down a little bit. The last few teams that I've used have been kind of, strong, fast, and relied on outspeeding and KOing, and now I want to go for something more trick room oriented. So I was looking around, and I wanted to use the Ice Rider and Palkia core that's been going around lately. I especially want to use the one that has the alchemy on it, that won second place at the regional I went to. However, there does not appear to be a paste of that yet, or a rental code of that yet. So instead, I've decided to use the second place team from the Taichung regionals, built by, and I'm going to do my best with this name, Fang Hongqia. It's impossible to know at the moment if I got that right. However, I'll include information on the player and the rental code in the description down below if you want to try the team out yourself. So let's go over here to the rental team itself, and as you can see, things are pretty straightforward here. Notably, we've got 3 different Trick Room users, which gives us a lot of opportunities to set a Trick Room user next to a Trick Room user, and say on the last turn on Trick Room, have both Pokemon click Trick Room so that you both reverse it and then set it back up again, and then your opponent's in trouble. Likewise, we've got pretty consistent Trick Room support with Amoonguss, Incineroar, and Tapu Fini. I should mention that Fini and Amoonguss together have some troubles with synergy, just because you can't spore things when Misty Surge is out on the field, so that'll be something I'll have to keep in mind. Likewise, with Palkia, Fini has a little bit of anti-synergy there too, because as Misty Terrain is activated, Dragon moves do half damage. So while Fini is an important piece on this team, especially for Heal Pulse next to Calyrex, for example, I will have to keep in mind its effects as I'm playing and do my best not to mess myself up. That said, the Porygon is a Foul Play and Eerie Impulse set that's honestly, by and away, the most common Porygon 2 set right now. Foul Play helps a lot with Shadow Rider, for example, and Eerie Impulse under Trick Room can just neuter so many special attackers. So yeah, the team is pretty meta, and it looks like a lot of fun. Again, I feel like I really wanted to use the Alchemy version of this team, but in lieu of that, we're going to try this out and maybe get myself ready for whenever there is a rental code for the Alchemy team. Doesn't hurt to be familiar with the archetype before going into it. As always, do all the YouTube stuff, you know what those are, and without further ado, it's battle time. Alright, so for today's battle we've got an interesting Yveltal plus the Solgaleo team, interesting, and likewise I've got Tapu Koko to set terrain for Regieleki, and then 2 other terrain setters in Rillaboom and Indeedee. Wow. Very interesting team. Okay, what's my most consistent way of setting Trick Room here? Honestly, I feel like they lack damage into Porygon, so like Amoonguss Porygon will probably be what we need. Another question is going to be, how do we handle Solgaleo in the long run? But Berry helps. I should also mention I have not had the chance to practice with this team, so I'm going to have to be as mindful as possible while playing. I do think we bring the Calyrex here. I think it's by and away the most important member, like the most important legendary to bring here. And then, I don't know, disrupting their terrain could be helpful, to be honest, and then healing myself up could also be helpful. I don't think... let me double check the set here. Yeah, Earth Power could be helpful in getting more damage onto all of their ground electric types as well as Solgaleo, so yeah, I'm going to bring that. So here we go. Let's see what they're going to send out first. Okay, so it's Solgaleo Rillaboom. Yeah, I don't really mind seeing that, to be honest. Although, notably Rillaboom can fake out here, which is kind of annoying. Okay. Well, I could just Spore, right? Like, if I Spore and Trick Room, then we're in a pretty good space going forward. Like, even if they fake out Porygon here. I guess, alternatively, they could just max Mindstorm with Solgaleo. I'm not sure if that KOs. If I had to guess, it probably does, but most don't run that, so we're gonna see. We're gonna take a bit of a risk here. They could also always just switch, right? Switch Solgaleo out, but I'm not sure quite into what yet. I fully expect to see Fake Out here, though, but I don't think I expect Max Mindstorm all that much. Okay, yeah, here's Fake Out. It's uncomfortable. And Sun Steel Strike, yeah. Yeah, no Zen Headbutt. Like I said, most don't run that. Let's see how much this does. Yeah, nowhere near enough. Okay, and we get the Spore off. Perfect. And now we can actually just switch and click Trick Room. There's literally no concern here. So that's what I'm going for. And then we can Max Quake Solgaleo. Even if it activates a weakness policy, they are asleep. They are guaranteed to sleep this turn, and then the turn afterwards we can potentially just Foul Play into it. And with Babiri Berry, even if we activate a weakness policy and they get like a Max Steel Spike off, it's still, like, we should survive. Yep, there's Glide. Into Porygon, it won't be enough to KO. Solgaleo takes the guaranteed sleep turn, and we set up Trick Room. Perfect. Alright, so one question's gonna be, do we max here? Because they have to play on whether or not they wake up. Which means they might consider switching here, but they don't really have a good switch in, do they? Like, part of me just wants to click Glacial Lance. Could even try Swords Dancing, but I think that's a little greedy. And Recover. Like, Glacial Lance Recover feels like it covers for a lot of things here. I'm gonna do that, and it doesn't activate the weakness policy either. They could just max here, like banking on them waking up, but I think that's the wrong play. It could work out for them if they do end up waking up, but then they wake up. Oh, Wide Guard. Huh. Okay. Now, does Glide KO Porygon here? Oh, it does. Okay, well, in that case, Recover was the wrong move. That's fine, though. I don't really mind that so much. Like, yeah, the Wide Guard is definitely annoying there, but now we can just get Spore off again. Now, they might just decide they want... Yeah, I'm going to Hailstorm the Rillaboom this time. They might just decide they want to switch this time, but I don't really mind that. They could switch the Rillaboom out, but nothing in the back really wants to take this Max Hailstorm. They could Max Solgaleo, but it's just going to sleep. They could Max Rillaboom. I think maxing Rillaboom would probably be their best play here, but it should survive at that point, but then they don't do anywhere near enough damage in return, so I think that we have them pretty well pinned. We have wasted one turn of Trick Room, but with the Moongus out here, they do switch Rillaboom out and into Coco. Okay, hey, that's a really good play, actually. Yeah, well done, well done. Okay, so they're probably going to lose Coco here, but they keep themselves in this by setting up Terrain. We are maxing. They probably max 2 then, if I had to guess. And they got lucky with a one-turn sleep, but I can't be mad about that. Alright, here we are. Big horse. And they do max as well. Yeah, I think that was their best play. Now, we'll take Steel Spike really well here, thanks to the Babiri Berry, but obviously it's a little annoying because they're going to be setting up their defenses. That said, they are setting up their physical defense here, and we've still got Palkia in the back. So I like going for what I'm going for here. Obviously, Spore doesn't work out. Hailstorm, it's better if we KO here, but they might just be Sash, which means they'll be KO'd at the end of the turn. Okay, cool. So we get the attack boost from this then, which is really good for us. And then Steel Spike into our Babiri Berry. Yep. And then we can start going for Rage Powders. Yeah, that barely does damage. We'll take another one too. But yeah, the annoying thing obviously is that they're going to be raising their defenses, but having raised defenses isn't really a big deal. Now, they probably just bring out Rillaboom here, but that messes with their terrain, which means I can just put Solgaleo back to sleep, which means they're forced to fake out into Amoonguss, which means we might just protect it. If this set had Protect, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, here's Rillaboom. Like I said, they are forced to fake out or else they just go to sleep. I'm just debating now whether or not I click Protect or just go for Spore anyway and try to keep them honest. I'm not totally sure which I want to do. Obviously, I'm gonna Hailstorm the Rillaboom here. I'm not switching. Yeah, I'm gonna click Protect here. Could even try Pollen Puff, but nah, I get faked out every time here. There's Protect. Them being nervous, I could very easily see like a fake out Steel Spike into Amoonguss here. There goes Rillaboom. Again, they have given us the grassy terrain, which is going to mean that we can just put it to sleep this coming turn. And they do Steel Spike. Who are they Steel Spiking into? Yeah, that's what I thought. I just put too much pressure on with the Spore there. Now that the terrain's back up to being in my favor. This is definitely a problem with their team. Like, yes, they have every kind of terrain that they want, like, at any given moment, but the other problem is that anytime something goes down, you have to switch something else in that gives you a different terrain, so, you know. Now, it could be Indeedee in the back, but it's actually a Lecky. Yeah, that's fine with me. So, yeah, there's no reason not to Hailstorm a Lecky here, and then Spore into Solgaleo. They could Max Guard. I'm not afraid of that. A Lecky could also Protect here, but they actually might just go down anyway. We'll see about that. Yep, they Max Guard. Makes perfect sense. And Protect, yeah. I'm not sure whether or not a Lecky goes down here, to be honest, but we'll find out. There's the Spore. And Hailstorm. It's still going to do a lot, like a lot of damage here. Yeah. Even with Protect up, I think Hail takes it out. Yep, there it goes. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Was that my last? I think we got one more turn of Trick Room here, which means we can easily get a Spore off and then just start going in. Oh, never mind. This is our last turn of Trick Room. So they have successfully stalled our Trick Room, but they only have Solgaleo left, right? We never activated a weakness policy. The best they can do is attack Amoonguss here because we're going to Rage Powder Trick Room here every time. And if they don't KO Amoonguss, then we just put them to sleep and win the game. So, Trick Room into Rage Powder. I could also just Trick Room into Spore, to be honest, but I don't think I need to do that. Because the crit could still KO us. Oh, they Rock Slide. Rock Slide's smart. Rock Slide's really smart. Okay. Do they get a flinch here? They do. Okay. Well, in that case, maybe I just click Protect. Yeah, that's a little scary. Where there's a Rock Slide, there's a way, is a saying in VGC. Okay. I think I just go for the same play, though. Like, honestly, them having Rock Slide is annoying, but there's no way they just flinch me the whole way through, right? And they might also think, oh, they're not going to click Rage Powder this turn because I've showed Rock Slide. But no, okay, never mind. They're just going to keep going for it. That hurt. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, okay, we get Trick Room now, so everything's actually fine. Goodness, though. I Spore Sword Stance every time here. Because they have to... Oh, they don't have Protect, do they? They've got Wide Guard instead. So, yeah, I just Spore and Sword Stance. Once I get boosted up enough, I can just run through them with high horsepower. Yeah. That was almost a little scary, though. If I flinched there, that would have been a bit of a mess. Especially after the crit. Like, I could have taken 2 otherwise. Yep, and there's the Sword Stance. This coming turn, I think I'm going to Pollen Puff into Sword Stance. Maybe not that. I actually just don't mind going for Rage Powder, and like just in case they wake up, right? I don't mind going for Rage Powder and high horsepower here. So here it goes, and Rage Powder. Could also Pollen Puff. Actually, Pollen Puff is a little more consistent. Well, it's hard to say because if they target me with like Sunsteel Strike, they might just KO. But then even then, I've got Palkia in the back. Rage Powder is probably fine. I don't need that HP to win the game, I think. They are still in it because like they feel like there's a chance they can bring it back, but I think, yeah, high horsepower is going to do a ton here. Okay, yeah, it just KOs. Oh no, it doesn't. It's super close though. They could wake up and KO Amoonguss here, which they do. Yeah, Rock Slide's actually better here. Okay. But I still have Spore this coming turn. Yeah, we're fine. Everything's going to be fine. There's no reason that we shouldn't just be able to get a knockout here with Spore into Earth Power. They've gotten very lucky with their sleep turns there. They haven't taken more than 1 sleep, but that's all we've needed. Like, obviously, if they take longer sleeps, then we get put into a better position, but that's literally all we needed was just the 1 sleep. Probably we're slower than Solgaleo with Palkia, too, but I don't know for sure. Depends on their build, but it doesn't matter because they'll be asleep. And then Earth Power should just... Oh, they are faster under Trick Room. That's interesting. Which means we wouldn't set up Trick Room again after this goes off, but that, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really matter. And, yep, that's a KO, and that's the game. Man. Got a little bit dicey there, not gonna lie, with the flinches from Rock Slide being a possibility in that crit. But hey, that's Pokemon for you. Sometimes it's scary. Alright, that's today's battle. Alright, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you've enjoyed yourself and you want to see me grow, hit the like button. It really does help support the channel. If you're new here and you had a good time, hit the subscribe button. It'd be cool to see you come back. If I'm being totally honest, my content varies depending on my personal schedule, but I try to upload at least once a week. Please also consider leaving a comment down below just to cheer me on or let me know if I've made some dumb plays. I really do like to hear what y'all have to say about my choices in gameplay. And just like likes, comments really do help support the channel as well. If you're interested, you can follow me on my various socials, which you can find at the top of the screen here. I'm most active on Twitter, but I try to at least get notifications out about videos on each of the other platforms listed up there. Also notably, the other listed YouTube channel is where I stream games that aren't Pokemon whenever I have time to do so. And finally, and honestly least importantly, I've activated my tip jar. I know it's usually just for streaming, but I figured if you have learned anything from my videos or have just enjoyed yourself and you feel like supporting me, then it is there and it's always appreciated. Alright guys, I really do appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.